this is part 2. I don't know if I had to put that first part into 2 parts. All right, so my patient's being seen by rheumatology. The primary filled me in. He would fax me the rheumatology note that he was getting back, and she would just message me updates sometimes. Early November, this patient texts me and says, "Hey, it's me. I'm frustrated with my other doctors. Do you have time for a call? I need guidance." I said, "Yeah, I'm free for the next 2 hours." So she calls, or I call her, I don't know, someone called someone, and it's a man that answers, and it's a family member, and they said, "She can't talk, but can see her mouthing, so we're gonna tell you what's going on." She, 6 days before, went to the ER because she had such a bad sore throat. They, I guess, did some swabs, she was negative, and they sent her home with a throat spray. So then for the next 6 days, she couldn't eat. It hurt to eat and drink. So she's telling me this on the phone. She's messaged the rheumatologist through the portal. They haven't gotten back with her. I called the rheumatologist because I figured that's why she was calling me. I said, I need to talk to someone, because in the amount of time I was on the phone with her, I'm looking up dysphagia, sore throat, whatever with dermatomyositis. There's plenty of case studies, case reports. So I'm calling them. I'm like, I think this is her dermatomyositis. That's why the ER didn't detect anything treatable as far as they're concerned. I said, I really need someone to call me back. And so what they do instead is they portal message her, and she sent me a screenshot of it. Portal message her telling her she needs to go to the ER. Again, let's tell the woman that has a suppressed immune system from methotrexate to go to the ER again, where they already haven't helped her. And I don't knock the ER for that. I wouldn't. It's a rare condition. So I think her primary was out that day. But I emailed him just to keep him in the loop that she had contacted me, and I'm across the country from her. I sent her, and I'll show it to you. What I did, I said, fine, if you're gonna go to the ER, we're gonna go with a plan. So she picked a different ER that she knew had specialty physicians. And she's trying to find a different rheumatology place. I was like, this is a little too urgent, this study. And I said, don't let the title scare you. But this is in the American Journal of Gastroenterology. Dermatomyositis, a rare but deadly cause of dysphagia. So this has 2 different cases. One was someone in their 20s. One was an elderly person on methotrexate and prednisone. Still, symptoms are progressing. And actually the elderly person in this case ended up with, I think, a feeding tube. I'm not gonna read it all again, but they were both treated with IVIG, okay? So I said, I think this is what you need. That's kind of why I wanted the doctor to go, the rheumatologist to call me back. I said, I think you need IVIG, and you're gonna show this to whoever walks in the room. I've been a patient in the ER. They did a x-ray of my abdomen when I had ovarian cyst rupturing, okay? They can order, they don't always know what they're doing. And they're dealing with a lot, okay? So I don't expect them to know this. He goes to the ER, messages me the next morning. She said, good morning. The doctor finally came in, and she's amazing. I said, oh, thank God, is she? She loved your article. I'm getting IVIG starting today. They found more on the CT scans. There may be some lung issues. I'm admitted and waiting for a room. This should have happened 6 days ago. Anyways, they ended up having to do some biopsies. She was messaging me. She's like, oh, they think they found something. They think I have cancer. I'm like, 50% of people with this have an underlying malignancy. So I'm not surprised by all of this, but why am I the one why am I driving this boat? I don't understand. So she started the IVIG. Biopsies were fine. She still can't talk. And she has a G-tube. But she's at least out of the hospital now. So I hope this story inspires you to advocate for your patient, inspires you to look things up. If you think you do know everything, your patient's eventually finding me online. But I literally think about her every day. She updated me around Christmas time. She sent me a message. The rheumatologist, after the first time, actually told her, oh, you need to see an in-person dermatologist. And she said, I did. And Gigi's the one who got it right. I'm glad this happened at the beginning of me starting this practice. I realized how important just the time is and the listening to a patient. I'm not a dermatomyositis expert, but I am an expert on looking things up and advocating for my patients.